Welcome to Not Just Books, the library's monthly show about what's happening in your world and at the Williamson County Public Library. My name is Dolores Greenwald, and I'm the director of the library. Thank you so much for joining us today. In our Your World segment, Bill Fitzgerald, Executive Director of the Franklin Rodeo, will be here to talk about one of the best family events in Williamson County, the Franklin Rodeo. So put on your cowboy hat and boots and join us. In the Save the Date portion of our program, we have Jill Zientek. She'll be talking about the library's third annual Make-a-thon, which is Saturday, May 2nd. Jill is a local creative artist, just the type of person you would want at an annual event like this. In our Special People You Should Know segment, we have with us Marianne Schroer, Executive Director of Williamson County CASA. She has brought with her a special friend, and you'll certainly want to stay tuned for that. Did you know last month I told you I would have some exciting news for today's show? Well, here it is. Hotspots are now available for checkout at the library. This little gadget lets you have access to free Wi-Fi and unlimited data. A hotspot may be checked out for a week and up to 2 more times if there are no holds.
Where can I find out about the Venus flytrap?
Where can I research information on my business competitors?
What is the safety record on the car I want?
Where can I research careers?
Where?
I'm all shook up.
The Tennessee Electronic Library. That's where. And it's free to everyone in our state. Now go to your public library and find out how you can log on and get your password to a world of information just for living in our state. You can probably even figure out the password just by listening to my voice.
Hey, I'm all shook up.
Welcome back. In our Your World segment today, I'm pleased to have with me Bill Fitzgerald. He is the Executive Director of the Franklin Rodeo, and he's here to be talking about the 66th Annual Rodeo. Good day, Bill. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Tell us about the rodeo and what type of events we'll be having.
Well, it's a professional rodeo. It's sanctioned by the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association, or as most people know, it's the PRCA. We have all the major rodeo events. We have bareback riding, saddle bronc riding, steer wrestling, tie-down roping, team roping, barrel racing, and everybody's favorite, bull riding.
Bill, how long has it been with the PRCA? I mean, it's not your granddad's rodeo that you might have went to as a kid if you lived here in Williamson County.
No, it's not. We've gone from a one-day rodeo when we started in 1949 to where we are today with professional rodeo, and we've been sanctioned by different bodies before, the PRCA being one, the IPRA being one. But we're back with the PRCA, so we bring professional cowboys. We've been with the PRCA now for about 10 years. This should be our 10th year to be back with the PRCA.
Well, the Franklin New Rotary sponsors this, and I also, as a member of the Rotary, help out, and it's a really polished, really professional event. It's
Thank
just
you.
Amazing. I know.
That's kind of a shock.
I know.
From our end, we don't see that.
Yeah, behind the scenes, you don't necessarily know that, but for the participants, it really is. Well, tell us about when is it? When does it start?
Well, the rodeo actually starts May 14th. But May 13th is a Wednesday night. We have our Franklin Rodeo Experience, we call it. It's our Down in the Dirt kickoff party. Mm-hmm. So we start that. That's from 6 to 10 this year. It's open to the public. It's free. We just invite everyone to come out, get down in the dirt, get in the arena, go behind the chutes, go back in the back and see the horses, the bulls, the calves, the steers. Talk to our stock contractor, talk to our clown, our specialty act, see everything. We've got roping dummies for the kids to try their hand at roping. We've got, we'll have food trucks there for you to buy your dinner. We'll have a band, live music there. We'll have line dancing. We've got a little bit of everything for everybody. Then we have the rodeo. We start with the rodeo on Thursday night. And Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 7 o'clock each night. Actually, rodeo kicks off on May 9th at high noon with our parade in downtown Franklin.
And tell us a little bit about the parade.
The parade is it's a fun time for everybody. Again, another free event. We invite everybody to come fill the streets of downtown Franklin. We go down Bridge Street to 3rd Avenue, around the square, down Main Street, all the way back to 11th Avenue. So there's plenty of place for everybody to enjoy getting to see the parade. We have the Shriners Clowns. We have people on horseback. We have Cub Scout troops, Boy Scout troops, all Girl Scout troops that'll have floats in the parade, as well as some of our sponsors that'll be advertising their business during the parade as well.
Well, tell us a little bit about the tickets. How can someone, if they're interested, get tickets, and how much are they?
Tickets are on sale right now online at franklinrodeo.com. You can go, like I say, there online and get them. Or the week of the rodeo, we'll have a box office set up at the Ag Center if someone wants to come and purchase tickets that week. That'll start on May, I think it's May 12th. Just in the afternoon from 1 to 5.
Tell us about some of the support charities. The money that is raised at the rodeo stays in Williamson County.
It does. We do have an international project that the Rotary is charged with, but a small amount of our proceeds from the rodeo go to that project. The rest of the money that the rodeo makes stays right here in Williamson County. This year, we are supporting 4 different charities. One is One Generation Away, that we're doing a food drive for them. And we're asking everybody that comes out to the rodeo to bring non-perishable food items. And that even starts on Wednesday night for the experience. If you come, bring some non-perishable food items. We'll be collecting for them for One Generation Away to help fight hunger in Middle Tennessee. Then on Thursday night is Graceworks night. We'll be supporting Graceworks, and a portion of the proceeds of the rodeo will be presented to Graceworks on Thursday night. Friday night we're doing a Man Up crusade. So we're doing Man Up against domestic violence. And Bridges Domestic Violence Center will be a beneficiary that night. So that's Friday night. And then Saturday night is always Tough Enough to Wear Pink night, where we are trying to find a cure for breast cancer, and we support Williamson Medical Foundation's Breast Health Center for that.
So not only is the rodeo a lot of fun, but it's also helps some worthy causes. So
yes, ma'am.
That's good to know.
We try to put on a good family event that's exciting and everybody wants to come and come back to every year, as well as we support local charities and local people in our community.
And you receive help from other Rotaries. People come and volunteer. If somebody wants to help out to volunteer, how might they do that?
We need all kinds of volunteers. we need help in just about every sense of the word when it comes to volunteers for parking, for concessions, for food prep, for ushers. If anybody wants to volunteer, they can contact me through our website at franklinrodeo.com. There's also some other contacts on there, so we'll get you in the right spot if you want to volunteer.
That's a big part of this project, is coordinating all the volunteers and making sure everything is
yes, ma'am,
done the way it's supposed to be. But you do a great job with it, Bill. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you. I have a lot of help.
And thanks for joining us, and we'll be right back. Did you know the library has a subscription to Learning Express? It's a wonderful service for teens prepping for the ACT or SAT exams. You can even create your own account to keep up with your individual work.
I am for the child who's had 7 addresses in a single year because she's in foster care, because her father abused her, and her mother couldn't believe her. She is the child I am for. I am a CASA volunteer. I am you.
Welcome back. In our People You Should Know segment, I'm pleased to have Marianne Schroer here and Rocklin. Marianne is the Executive Director of Williamson County CASA and a valuable member of the Williamson County community. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. We're happy to be here.
And tell us about CASA.
CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocate, and we recruit and train volunteers to advocate for children in the juvenile court system. And we serve Williamson County. Last year we served or advocated for about 350 children. We have close to 80 volunteers who advocate for those children in juvenile court.
At what point does CASA come in to help children?
That's a good question, and we get asked that question a lot. We are court appointed, and so we are court ordered into a case. So frequently what happens is a case comes before the juvenile court judge, really we are also serve as the eyes and ears of the court. So the judge will look at that case and say there's lots of information here on this case, and more information that I can probably get on my own. So at that point juvenile court staff could be involved, DCS could be involved, the Department for Children's Services, but the judge says, I want to find a way to bring all that information together so that I have everything I need to make a good decision for this child. And at that point, he or she will appoint a CASA advocate to get involved in the case.
Well, that's an important point, is that when a child becomes involved in this system, numerous things could happen.
Yes.
Numerous possibilities.
Correct.
And I think that's a little bit where Rocklin comes in.
Yes. Yes, it can be really scary for kids. So what the CASA will do is, our CASAs have usually 1 to 2 cases that they are working, and so it gives them ample opportunity to spend monthly visits with the child, get to know the family, and really establish a relationship and truly get all the facts in the case. But I think you work with kids too, and you know how scary it would be for a child to be involved in any way in the juvenile court system. And so we have Judge Sharon Guffey and also Magistrate Josh Rogers, who have seen the benefit of dogs and their interaction with children and reducing their anxiety level and just helping them feel better in a difficult circumstance. So about a little less than a year ago, we found out about an organization called Canine Companions for Independence, and they train dogs for various jobs, but one of the jobs is to be a facility dog and to work in the courtroom. They could work in a school, they could work in a rehab facility, but for Rocklin, he's trained as a facility dog and works in juvenile court. And what we have seen with Rocklin, we try to be there when our kids are needing to be in court, and we kind of hang out with the kids before they go into the courtroom. Our judges are very open to him being with them when they go before the judge if they need to do that. And what we've seen is they leave that experience with a good feeling, having connected with Rocklin, rather than a scary or a bad or a sad feeling on the inside.
Well, we're going to be talking with 2 folks, and tell us about the folks that we're going to have after you.
Okay. 2 of the first people that I met and started talking to about facility dog, and especially facility dogs that work in the courthouse, are 2 now friends that I've made from the Courthouse Dog Foundation, and they have just a wealth of knowledge and a lot of experience working with dogs as they interact with both children and adults in the court system.
Well, we'll have to bring you and Rocklin back because there's just so much to talk about.
We would love to come back.
And we're going to take a quick break right now, and we'll be right back. Do you know that the library now has a free Tennessee DMV permit practice test? Log on to our website at wcpltn.org and visit the teen area for more details.
What should I make my password? Oh, I know. I'll make my password password. Passwords should be unique, private, non-personal, and secure. Use more than one word. Use different character classes, use symbols and numbers, and use multiple passwords for different sites. And always remember, never to share your passwords.
Welcome back. Let me introduce to you Ellen O'Neill Stevens. She's the founder of the Courthouse Dogs Foundation. And Celeste Walsen is the executive director of the Courthouse Dogs Foundation. Tell us a little bit about the foundation, Ellen.
Well, what we do is we try to convince legal professionals, judges, lawyers, court administrators, law enforcement officers about the benefits of having these dogs assist in the investigation and prosecution of crimes, as well as family court matters. And it's ironic that the presence of these dogs make the legal system more humane.
That is excellent. Celeste, tell us a little bit about the training that these dogs go through.
So dogs like Rocklin have been trained for 2 years before they go to work. Their genetic background is very, very important. He comes from a genetic line that has been maintained and selected for 40 years. He was raised by a puppy raiser for the first 18 months of his life, and for 6 months he was trained every day by a service dog trainer.
And is this, what other types of training? You mentioned about some of the other canine services. Tell us a little bit about that with the police.
Oh, well, yes. So these dogs are a big help, particularly with children that have been sexually assaulted. You might imagine it's very difficult for them to tell a detective what happened, but when the dog is beside them during that process, many of the children simply tell the dog what happened, and it's much easier for them to describe it. There's no judgment from the dog. The dog's not going to react one way or the other, and it makes it much easier.
Well, you can tell Rocklin makes it very easy to talk with him. He's just very, very quiet and still. He's a sweet boy who is turning into a rock star here in Williamson County. How long has the foundation been in existence, Celeste?
We've been working on this since 2008, and now there are 73 dogs like Rocklin working in 26 states in the United States.
How difficult is it, Ellen, for the judges and members of the court to see how important this is?
Initially, it is a little difficult, especially when they're just hearing us describe it. What sells the idea, this morning it happened, as a matter of fact, is when the judges see how this dog behave and realize that this dog is not going to disrupt the legal proceedings and can provide a huge benefit to children.
Very good. Well, where do you originate from? You're here in the area visiting now. Where are you from?
Our foundation is in the Seattle, Washington area. This is the 4th dog that we've helped with here in Tennessee, and we're thrilled to be here in Franklin this week.
Well, we're thrilled to have you, and thank you so much for being here in Franklin and Williamson County.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back. Did you know the library has a selfie station? If you love making selfies, and who doesn't, come to our teen room and play in our station. You might be surprised at what you find, so come by and have fun.
Hello folks, I'm Bill Fitzgerald with Franklin Noon Rotary Club. The 66th Annual Franklin Rodeo is proud to present Tough Enough to Wear Pink on May 16th. Even though you may think you're too tough to wear pink, you're not. Tough enough to wear pink. Fight breast cancer with that knife. Wear your pink. Come out and show support for fighting breast cancer. May 16th, Franklin Rodeo, franklinrodeo.com.
Welcome back. In our Save the Date segment today, we have Jill Zientek. She's a local artist, and she will be with us at the library on May 2nd for our 3rd annual Make-a-thon. And Jill has brought us some show and tell, and she's going to tell us some of the things that she's been doing. And we'll be doing it at the Make-a-thon. Hi, Jill. Nice
Good morning,
to see
Dolores. How are you
you.
doing?
I am very good. This will be the first time you've participated in the Make-a-thon event. So tell us a little bit about what you'll be doing.
Well, I'll be displaying some of my artwork, as well as, we're going to be doing the DVD slideshow, the Downtown Franklin, which I had written the song and then had gathered the pictures together. And one of the things we were going to do is display that, and then I was going to put together a little brochure that they could take away to inspire the children, so if they want to make a DVD slideshow, just try to teach them. And
well, the Make-a-thon is about creativity.
Absolutely.
And you're a very creative person, so I'm sure that will transfer to the kids that will see you there.
Well, the main thing is to inspire and to let someone know that you can do anything you want to do. There's just no limitations.
Yes. Well, both of us have on some of your creations today. This is a new area for you, and it's the jewelry. So let's talk about that first.
Well, this, what probably really inspired it, this is my new painting, Franklin's Old Virginia. And I want everybody, as you know, to be able to have a piece of my artwork, no matter if it's large or if it's small. And you can see that I hand make it, and on the back I actually signed Jill Z. There's not enough room for Jill Zientek, but Jill Z works. And so I've really enjoyed these. These have been a lot of fun, and they've been very well received. And not only this necklace, but several others. This is one of the Carnton Plantation. And then also one of my favorites that I wear, it's my nighttime. It's a nighttime shot of the square and chips there. So, and I do several other with my art, that I create. It allows me to be able to do pieces of large canvases that I've done, not just Franklin, but other things as well.
So tell me, just without going into a lot of detail, how does a shot that you might take with your camera go to a necklace?
Well, I look at the pictures that I have, and then I kind of can see in my mind already what I think would make a nice piece of jewelry. And then the most challenging thing is to get these made on their 1-inch by 1-inch photos, whether it's actually a photograph or if it's a photograph of a painting that I've done. So it's just, I've got a beach scene that I've recently done that's been selling very well because everybody wants to go to Destin, Florida.
Oh yeah,
and I'm one of them.
That's a big thing here is going to Florida on vacation.
Exactly.
So what else did you bring with you today?
Well, the one thing to talk about is Franklin's Old Virginia. This is the actual new painting that I painted in January, and I had been inspired by, on November 11th, they dedicated the new cannons, and Miss Virginia Bowman was there, and she happened to be over there by the cannon, and I don't know who the announcer was, but he said, we're going to call this cannon Franklin's Old Virginia. So as I began to work on this painting, I didn't start out with it going to be that name, but as I worked on the painting and I realized that this particular cannon over here, I felt like it was prominent in the picture. And I thought, well, you know what? I think I'm just going to name this painting Franklin's Old Virginia because I'm always looking for an interesting name for my paintings. So we've got this. This is actually an 8x12 archival print that I've signed. I sell these for $65. You can actually get these at Gallery 202. Took it in there, and before we could even log it in, a couple bought one of them. So we were very happy about that.
Excellent.
So that's one thing, and then also online, my website, www.jillzphoto.com. But go to Gallery 202 if you haven't been there. It's an awesome place. And then this, Dolores, this is the little box, the gift box that the necklace
that is
actually,
even creative.
So if you want to do something as a gift, I try to make my even the gift box a piece of art. So we do that, and then you can find these. These are the Why Not Send note cards at the downtown Franklin post office, and it's actually a note card. You can send it, or you can pop it in a frame. It's a 5x7 and make an actual piece of art. So, and this particular painting here is at the Franklin Theater. It's a glazé of it, 24x36, and I've done some embellished brush strokes. And that's at the Franklin Post Office. And these are $6.95 at the Franklin Post Office. And the necklaces are $19.95. And if someone would like even the coasters, I've done those. And you can see where that actually won't tarnish the furniture. And these are like $15 each. So.
Well, when you get an inspiration like with this picture, from that moment you decide, okay, this is what I'm going to do to the time that it's finished. How long is that?
You know, during the ice storm and the snowstorms in January, it basically took the entire month. And I would, I would just labor over that until I could not really see anymore, because after a while you have to kind of get back away from it. And it was really very detailed and very intense, and I wore my poor husband out dragging him in there. What do you think? And but by the end, usually I can tell when it's about done is when I could almost toss it, because I'm like so over it, because I have just put so much of myself into it.
Can't see it one more
time.
time.
I no longer can do this, but by the time that it was done, I felt like when I took it, when I went to Hobby Lobby and people were chasing me down because they said, "Where did you get that?" I thought, "Oh wow," I felt really good about it. I thought, well, I've got something, because I wasn't trying to sell anybody anything. I was just trying to get it framed. So.
Well, very good. And our Make-a-thon is May 2nd from 11 to 2. You can get in touch with Jill from her website or visit Jill at our Make-a-thon. And we're so excited to have you here today and so excited to have you participate in our Make-a-thon.
I'm really excited about it. Thank you so much.
And thank you for being here, and we'll be right back. Did you know about our one-click digital ebooks? Access our website at wcpltn.org. Check out the marvelous e-audiobooks available. I love audiobooks, and if you give this a try, you will too.
Rivers and lakes are our sources of drinking water. When you change your motor oil and leave it on the ground, it washes into storm drains and into our rivers and lakes. When you over-fertilize your lawn or don't properly dispose of household chemicals, they wash into storm drains too. And when you don't pick up after your pet, well, you get the picture. Please, don't feed the storm drain.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us today for Not Just Books. I hope you like the show and will watch us again soon. Exciting things are happening here in Williamson County, and the library is delighted to play a part. And I would like to thank our special guests for being with us today. Thanks again to Bill Fitzgerald, Executive Director of the Franklin Rodeo, local artist Jill Zientek, Marianne Schroer, Executive Director of Williamson County CASA, Celeste Walsen and Ellen O'Neill Stevens with the Courthouse Dogs Foundation, and don't forget about CASA's fundraiser May 7th at the Franklin Theater. If you have any comments or suggestions for future programs, please contact me. The email address is notjustbooks@williamson-tn.org. You can also leave comments at the library's website, wcpltn.org. Also, don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at WCPLTN. Until next time, explore your world and read.